Hi, I'm Missy Wryn. I'm a holistic natural horsemanship trainer. What holistic natural horsemanship is a method of training the whole horse. My specialty has been problem and dangerous horses, and most of the horses that I have received in my training program who were problems and had serious behavior issues typically were in pain, whether it was physical pain or emotional pain. I found that those pain issues needed to be addressed. So I developed a program, Holistic Natural Horsemanship, to address and work with the whole horse. My motto is, problems are not always training issues, and I want to train the whole horse for a safer ride. Doing a very good job mimicking me. And you can see, I'm able to drop the lead rope quite often. She wants to be with me. She wants to, well, so what are we doing? This is fun. And I make it fun for her. This isn't work. This is fun. It engages her mind. And we have fun together. Good girl. And you can see in my training, I don't hit horses. The only time she get a little smack in her mouth when she tries to bite. Oh, that's silly. You're being silly. That's a lot of fun, isn't it? So this is her first time that she's ever been exposed to the tarp, and she's doing a good job about it. Now there'll come a point where I'll go, you know what, we're done playing, and I need you to walk across it nicely. And she just loves to play with it. She's this little kid. But if you're at a show, you don't want your horse stopping to play with the tarp. So now we're going to be walking. You need to get out of my space. Good girl. This is great continued exercise of leading your horse across the tarp. She's to be rational and a good girl about it. Excellent, Tilly, very good. And I don't think that we would have been at this point in our relationship had I not taken the time to honor and respect her and grow her slowly. Remember, keep your sessions short with your horse. When they get it right, then put them away. You may only spend 20 minutes one day. And I know you want to spend more time with your horse, doing things. Hurry up and get it all done. Keep yourself from doing that. You can still spend time with your horse grooming and loving and caring. But when it comes to training, a little bit at a time. 10 minutes, 20 minutes. When it's right, when it's good, it's time to stop. And we're going to end her session at this point. Say, bye-bye. I learned so much today. And she's rational about it. That's what you want. You want a rational horse. Break it down into small steps. Good girl. So now, Tilly is moving on to more advanced groundwork. We're at the last of our 5 fundamental ground techniques, which is changing direction. And what that means is while I'm lunging her, she's going to change direction, so I don't have to stop her and change her with a one-rein stop. This is another way to stop your horse. And changing direction is a good way to help the horse connect their feet with their brain. They have to turn on the haunch, they have to turn on the forehand. It's very good brain work for the horse. And where I want to get with this is I'm dancing with my horse. Remember how I talked about there's the leader and there's the follower in a herd of 2 when you're dancing with your horse and when you're out on the trail. Isn't it great how you're one with your horse and it's like dancing? Well, changing direction is where it begins, on the ground. So I'm going to ask Tilly to back up. Good girl. I'm just asking for more. She's doing the right thing. Good girl. Thank you. And I'm going to ask her to lunge. We're going to go to the left. And the way I'm going to change direction is I'm going to step in front of her drive line. Her drive line is the girth forward. And the way I'm going to step is I'm just going to step to the side. Now watch my body language. I'm going to be looking at her, and I'm going to ask her to turn around. And the way I'm going to help support her to understand what I'm asking is I will tug on the lead rope to get her to stop, turn around, and look at me. and then I'll ask her for the other direction. But I need her to stop first before we really start dancing. I need you further back. Good job. Good girl. Okay, girlie. Now we're going to lunge. No. Good girl. Get out of my space. And you'll notice I always walk into my horse. I never walk away from my horse because that means they're controlling my feet. If my horse is coming in too close and backing me up, I need to get in there and get my horse out of my space. Because if she's moving my feet, she's in control, and she cannot be. My status has to maintain the leader. Now I'm going to step in front of the drive line and look, and she looked at me, but I don't want that bottom in my eye line. When she looks at me, I want that bottom out of my space. So it goes back to yielding the hindquarters. Remember how you taught your horse to yield the hindquarters? This is where we're going to apply it even more. Good girl. I think she just had lunch. What are you chewing on? What's in there? Yeah, she's chewing. She's got something going on in there. I'm going to allow her to finish whatever that is. What is that? You're just playing with your tongue maybe? Oh, good girl. All done. Okay. All right. Other direction. Get going. Good girl. Get going. Good girl. Now watch my body as I step in front of the drive line. I reach with that line. Good girl. And she's turning around and looking at me already. Now if she wasn't, she's pretty easy. And usually by this time, when you've worked these steps with your horse, they're going to be a lot easier to deal with. So she's being very attentive. When I look at her, she's looking right at me. Had she not, though, I would have pulled on that lead rope and yanked her nose. Hey, 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 you need to look at me. And then she would have turned around and looked. But she's not being a very good example of a problem horse today. Stop. She's being impatient, though. Okay, this way. She needs to get going. Get going. Come on. Come on, Tilly. Good girl. And she's being a little resistant today. Low energy. Gonna tap that bottom. Get going. There you go. Oh, goodness sakes. There. That's what I want. Good energy. Good girl. She got a little worried about that gait. Get going. Trot. Trot. Good girl. You know what? She's telling me I'm a little bothered by the gait. And I know why. It's because we have a ladder over here leaning up against the barn that she has not seen before. We just put that up today. You want to check that out? It's all right. You know, I could have gotten after her. I could have taken the end of that, the end of the stick and string and hit her with the string and made her go. You know, thinking she's just being obstinate and stubborn. But did you notice it was all right here at the gate? So that told me, you know, something's changed at the gate, and that's because we have a ladder standing up there. And look, she's, concerned about that. That's all right. And what I do on one side, I'm going to do on the other. Just acknowledge she's got a little concern on this side. Yeah, over here by the gate, that is. There, see, and it's no big deal. Can I get your head down? There, and let's just hang out together. Good job, Tilly. I'm just going to support her with it and hang out with her for a minute here. It's all right. That's just a ladder. That's nothing bad. Yeah, that's a good girl. Now I want you to lunge nicely, okay? It's not a big deal. Can I have you hang down? There. Good girl. Oh, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Yes. Okay. Now let's try to get back to it. See how she does lunging. What a good girl. Oh, and back, 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 back. Very nice, very nice. Something I want to point out is I lunge her and I step in front of the drive line. I pass my stick under the rope. I reach with my other hand, overhand. Now watch this closely. I'm going to do it standing here. I step in front of the drive line. Watch where my body is. I pass that stick under my hand. I swap the stick and I reach for the rope and I get her to stop.